YouTube? It's your boy 2J, and today we're gonna be reacting to some crazy interrogation room confessions. Now, I ain't gonna lie, some people be falling in them interrogation rooms, and snitching is crazy. Now, if you snitching, bro, you can't come around, bro. Like, hey, bro, we don't do that. But, hey, not even on no snitching, bro. Don't be committing crimes you know you can't face the time for. Think about that crime before you do it. Don't be slow, gang. Don't be slow. So, you know what I'm saying? We finna get into the video.
Cases have been wild, unpredictable, proving you can never tell just how a suspect will react. From the tragic to the downright bizarre, here are the most unbelievable moments that happen in an interrogation room and were caught on tape. Teenage girls often dream about marrying their high school sweethearts and living happily ever after. But for Danielle Ripion, this dream quickly devolved into a nightmare. While home on leave, Skylar Nemitz somehow discovered that his young wife may have been seeing another man, and he shot her in the back of the head and then tried to claim that it was an accidental discharge.
Everything that happened right now.
I could shoot my buddies out in like Capitol.
It was no accident. You that mad you gotta shoot your girl because she doing what she doing, bro? This nigga know he done cheated before, man. He know he done cheated, bro. He know he done cheated before, bro.
Force and stuff, you know, like every other weekend. I'm not an asshole guy. I'm always like, hey, don't do that. You know, it's not safe. Oh no, don't do it. It's not safe. Fucking wear eye pro and ear pro. It's not safe. Like, and then I'm that guy that's always just hassle. And my buddies go out there, they can drink alcohol. And
Oh my god.
I'm the one guy that doesn't. And like, and this is the shit that happens to me.
This nigga crying, bro. You kill somebody, you crying because you killed them, bro. You knew what you was doing, bro. Grown man. Grown man.
I can hear about my buddies fighting with their girlfriends and
If you get off, it's white privilege, bro.
wives, and I never do. I love my wife so much.
You guys never fight, you say?
I mean, we have a little bickering, and she's like, but I've never laid a hand on her my entire life, and I never planned to. I never.
So how long were you guys, you're out in the field for almost
From the 27th of September to today. I left this morning. I left it.
And how long have you guys been married?
We got married on March 7th of 2013.
March 7th, 2013.
Yeah, so five more months, and we'd be 2 years.
Okay. And so how many
much more.
times have you guys been deployed in that time and then separated?
When I got here, my unit had just gotten back from deploying within 2 weeks before, and we had been on yellow cycle, so we don't deploy anymore.
Okay. So so you guys have been married a little over a year. So in that time frame, how much time have you guys spent away?
We've been together before we got married. We were together, but not marriage-wise.
Yeah.
And I've been gone for months at a time, and then I went to basic, and I was gone for whatever the fuck time that was, whatever.
So you guys like high school?
The detective doesn't buy Nemitz's story, and when he presses him, Nemitz shows just how volatile his temper can be.
I think that's the first thing I would have done. I wouldn't have done anything else.
Went off, I threw the rifle in there, I went in there and I looked at her, and she wasn't moving, and her head was like on the right side, like that, but she was still facing the computer, and I was...
So he shot her and her head just dropped. Like, her body dropped. That's what he's saying, bro. That's what he's saying. But all over because she cheated, bro.
Which I didn't know what the fuck to do, and for some
Why he kill her and not him? This nigga tripping.
reason, some part of me just said, oh my god, there's alcohol in my system, like, and then I don't know why that hit me, but as you said...
And is this nigga in a spacesuit? bro, this nigga must be from outer space, cause the bullshit he talking about and what he got on, bro. He got it from he from out of this world, bro. He hot.
Why am I worried about a little miss? I don't know why, but I just did.
Not only that, but you first thing you want to do is hide the magazines. You knock them off the floor, onto the floor, and kick them under the bed. So you're altering the crime scene. You're altering the fucking
I don't
scene.
know if,
This tells me somebody that acted out of rage and out of anger. You acted out of rage and out of anger. You shot your wife in the back of the head. And then after you did it, you realized what you did and realized, oh my God, this is permanent. How stupid was I to do this? Now what am I going to do to cover this up? What can I come up with? That's what this tells
Looking stupid. This nigga looks slow as hell. It's nothing you could tell him, bro. Like he just slow, bro. He can't learn from none of this. Like he just gotta sit in jail and rot, bro. And give him all the fades. Like do him dirty, bro. Like do him dirty. Do him dirty, bro. Give him all the fades. All the fades. If you don't go to BC.
me.
it was not out of rage and it was not out of anger. I wasn't angry at my wife.
It wasn't an accident. It wasn't an accident.
It was.
You intentionally pulled the fucking trigger.
Me firing the weapon, or me pulling the trigger. Me pulling the trigger was.
I'm tripping. I don't even know if that's allowed for, bro. I'm just yapping about it.
Not an accident. Okay. I did not know there was a round in there. Her getting hit with that round, that was that, and I was not. It was an accident, and I was not mad. I was not angry. And
It's not an accident. You're right. It was not an accident. You did this intentionally. Because if this was an accident, if you had accidentally shot your wife, you would have dropped the weapon right there, went over there, and started rendering CPA or first aid because you felt horrible. This was an act of rage. You were mad for some reason, and you shot her.
no, I'm mad at my wife.
And then you went
And then you went and tried to hide everything.
to include fucking alcohol and kick magazines underneath the bed, throw the gun in the closet like it didn't fucking happen. Oh shit, it didn't happen, all gone. Hands clean. Scotta,
Yes. I did not.
your wife deserves the right answer, man, not this fucking
She
bullshit.
does deserve the right answer.
Then
and I
tell
love
it.
my wife. I did not kill her.
You did
I
kill
did
her.
kill her. I was not angry at her. I was not mad. I did not intentionally mean to murder my wife. I love my wife with a huge passion, okay? We are young. We have not been together that long, and I understand that. And everybody does not fucking like that. And they don't like seeing young couple.
Is it a coincidence she died right after she cheated, bro? Y'all let me know. I'm not laughing at her. RIP her for real. RIP this woman. Take this nigga somewhere, bro. RIP her.
Be like that, okay? But I do love my wife, and I've never had a problem with her that was major. I've never wanted to hurt her in any way. I've never put my hand on her, okay? And I would never want to do that ever. And today, especially, I did not. Nothing wanted to happen to her, okay? I made love to her when I got home, and she wanted to relax, and I wanted to relax. So I watched a movie, and she was on working, okay? One thing led to another. I'm fucking not even thinking straight, clearing a weapon, and it goes off, and it strikes my.
No, you pulled the trigger. It didn't just go off. Skylar, you pulled
I
the
pulled the
trigger,
trigger
oriented at your wife.
I understand that.
Does this nigga not know they can get the fingerprint off the trigger, gang?
That's the part we don't understand. That's the one piece that you're not
I
making
don't
any
understand
sense
it
of.
myself. I don't understand why I took that weapon. I don't understand why I decided that I need to put that fucker on fire and just fire right there and have it up in my fucking chest when I was firing it. I don't know why the fuck I did that. I'm a fucking idiot for doing it. I know fucking that, and that's fucked. I know that when Yeah, I know I'm a fucking idiot for doing that, and I wasn't thinking fucking straight, but I did not intentionally mean to shoot my wife. Okay, the direction of the weapon was towards her, but I did not intentionally mean for that to hit her. I don't know if you're trying to accuse me of killing. I understand I killed my wife. I killed my fucking wife. Okay, I killed my wife.
And he folded.
You're not going to get an argument here. I'm just trying to figure out why.
After weighing all of
Hey. But he told the truth, bro. But still, fuck this nigga.
the evidence, a jury found Nemitz guilty of first-degree manslaughter and was given the maximum sentence of 13 years. It isn't just first love that can prove to be risky. Rebounds can be just as dangerous. After Maria Nemitz's marriage of 8 years ended, she became lonely and re-entered the dating scene. She hit it off with Fidel Lopez, a man 6 years younger than herself. One night, after an evening of partying, the two returned home to make love. In an
He just looked like he just slapped females. Like, he just looked like he just smacked the fuck out of a bitch. This nigga.
abrupt turn, things ended horrifically, and when the police arrived later, they discovered that she had been murdered in a way that was more brutal than anyone on the force had ever seen.
We got a little bit of a problem. Yes. All right. I just got off the phone with our crime scene, and the medical examiner is there. Okay, the doctor, and there's the injury to her is severe injuries. Severe injuries. Yes. Multiple injuries inside there. Tissue ripped out.
What is that?
Tissue inside. All the insides out on the floor.
What else? That's the cause of the death?
Yeah. We think. You know the amount of blood that's in there? Her insides were ripped out.
The detectives finally wear Lopez down, and he admits what sparked his rage. Nemeth had called out her ex-husband's name, and he became blinded by rage.
Listen, I'd like to be able to stand up on your behalf and say, listen, he was extremely remorseful. He had no intentions for this to happen. Okay? He didn't mean to do this. But unfortunately, this is why it happened. He had too much to drink, and he had an argument in between that and the drinking and everything else. X, Y, and Z, whatever it may have been. But you have to explain that so we can explain it to other people to make you... He's human. It happens. Okay? You didn't intend to kill her.
Of course not.
Right. So explain to us what took place that led up to it. You know. You don't want to remember. But I know you do remember. And it takes a man, a true man, to admit, okay, I fucked up, man. I made a mistake. I had no intention of killing her. I had no intention of doing it, but this is what happened. It takes a man to do that. It takes more of a man to admit when he's wrong, and it takes a man to cry. Be that man. Be that person, because that's who you are.
She was telling me she going to Peru. She needed to go to Peru because she was missing her mother. And and I'm not gonna be able to use the car to go to work, and just start screaming at me and all that. I get pissed, I start punching the shit. I really don't remember when I punched the shit. You just tell me. I know I get pissed because of that. Then after that, I don't know how we end them up in the cross or whatever. I know we made peace, but when we were doing making love, she told me something that I really don't. It just she changed my name. She called me the other fucking name of the other guy, and then she said it twice. And she was wrong, and she was confusing me with him. I didn't want to kill her. I know I killed her. That's whatever I did with her.
To avoid the death penalty, Lopez pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and will not be eligible for parole and cannot appeal his sentence. Namath's fate might have been shared by the cam girl that Grant Amato became obsessed with, if he had ever gotten to meet her. Instead, after he was caught stealing over $200,000 from his family to buy her lavish gifts, Amato killed his parents and brother by shooting them in their home. During the interview, Amato made baseless claims against his father in a bid to make it look as if he feared for his life.
Well, so I'm sure him and your mom are both happy to see, that both of you going to that program.
Right.
You can make more. You always want your child to do better than you.
Right, and I mean, that was what my dad always emphasized. When we were younger, going through grade school and high school and college, we were heavily restricted, but we were allowed to do some things. Like, it wasn't like Jason's situation where he was just like the door's locked, you're staying in there type thing.
And who was that? Who was keeping? Who was the disciplinarian in the family?
My dad.
And was he the one that decided Jason stays locked in?
Yeah.
What did Mom think about that?
Mom didn't approve of it, obviously, but back in that time, my dad was a very angry, violent type person.
Overbearing.
Are you telling me these niggas were locked up in the closet, bro? Your parents locked me in the closet. At that point, I'm running away. I'm kicking down the doors, breaking the window, slapping somebody. I'm kicking out, bro. I'm out, bro. Not locking me in the closet. That's out.
Overbearing. He would push my mom, and one instance, it was getting to that age where me and Cody were kind of getting old enough to maybe be able to do something if she needed our help. And I remember her and my dad were in their room, which if you go down the stairs, it's right there to the left. We heard our mom yell that he's hurting me, and then me and Cody run downstairs, and we go into the room, and then we're trying to get our dad off of our mom, and then my dad elbows back, and that's why my nose has got its little bridge right there. But I mean, that's how he was, spankings with a 2x4, baseball practice, it'd be 4 or 5 hours, and he's hurling the ball as fast as an adult can, and we're 7th to 8th grade trying to catch this stuff. Yeah, I mean, definitely very overbearing, but he would always rationalize that he's just trying to secure our future.
Violent towards the family?
Violent towards my mom and towards me, never to and towards Jason, but never to Cody.
Why?
I mean,
Cody his favorite?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 boys?
Yeah. And with that, I mean, I could kind of see it, but Cody also never really made any mistakes. He did a few things wrong. He lied a few times. He cost my dad some money a few times, but he was never a repeat offender, I guess you could say, whereas me and Jason, we had that difficulty where it's okay, we got a C or we got a D on something, and I just don't want to tell Dad about it.
Sure.
But then he would find out, and then,
Dad ever abuse you?
When we were younger.
How so?
Spankings with a 2x4, and then he'd use it was a 2x4 that was fashioned into a paddle called the lightning rod, I think is what it was called. No, he broke it on me.
I'd be sorry.
But these niggas got spanked with fucking canoe paddles, bro. Niggas said a 2x4, bro. That's like this shit securing the playground, bro. How are these niggas? How are they alive right now? God.
I would probably say it was my dad, take it out and burn it.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen anymore.
But yeah, he would he'd do that, and then he'd push you around. He wouldn't punch you. He wouldn't bruise you.
Slap you?
He never slapped me, but I guess I should say the only place that I ever got bruised was on my butt from being spanked.
Belittle you?
He would belittle me when I was younger, but
How
again,
long since you've been out of work?
The detectives finally get tired of the gentle approach and ruthlessly confront Amato with crime scene photos. He is visibly shaken, but still refuses to admit his guilt.
I mean, the only thing that I know is just that, I mean, I left the house later than what I had said.
Did you leave the house with your brother Cody looking like that? Or did you leave the house with your father looking like that? Or your mother? Is that how you left your family?
No.
Nobody else went into that house.
Who left your family like this? If you were the one that's been...
Kill your family, bro? Nah, twin. Nah, bro. You going to hell, bro. Killing your family? I don't even know what to say about that, bro. Like, that's just way over. That's out of proportion, man. Like, I don't even know.
depressed. You are the one that owes money. You are the one that got into a confrontation with your father. Who did this to your family? If you were trying to defend yourself or something else happened, we need to know now to help you. So tell us what happened, Grant. We're here to listen to you.
Grant, you need the truth. We're here to make this right. You got to tell the truth. It's on the tip of your tongue, my man. I get that. It's
Did your
tough.
father go after you and you try to protect yourself?
No, I didn't do any of this.
Amato was found guilty of 3 counts of first-degree murder. At his trial, he showed no remorse and put the blame on his family. Unlike Amato, Brian Cohey has no problem confessing to the fact he murdered a homeless man just for the thrill. Cohey saves the detective time by admitting right away that he has committed murder.
Just look at this dude, bro. Again, his chin long as hell, bro. And these glasses torn. Nah, bro. And what you killing old folks for, bro? I might be yapping, bro. Oh, white, you be tripping, bro. Y'all already know, bro. Y'all already know. Let's just see what happens.
Cohey has no problem confessing to the fact he murdered a homeless man just for the thrill. Cohey saves the detective time by admitting right away that he has committed murder.
And how did you get here? I murdered someone. Okay.
Cohey doesn't hide any of the details of his brutal murder.
So, I grabbed my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves, by imprinting your fingerprints through. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck. Okay. He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I know why I call him old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah!" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. Is it okay if I do a demonstration? Oh, yeah.
Bro, it's crazy. This dude is crazy, bro. There's no other way to put it. Like, he insane.
This is him. I was straddled on top of him like this. Okay. And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking.
Easy is crazy.
In sweat. I thought, homeless guy, he's gonna be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time I was growling and making animalistic noises. Why were you doing that? I suppose it was a frenzy.
Cohey was sentenced to life in prison and was considered to be too dangerous to be given the possibility of parole. The desire to kill isn't enough to get the job done, as Dalia DiPolito finds out when she comes face to face with the husband she thought she had hired a hitman to kill.
Oh my God!
He's alive.
Come here, please. Come here. Mike, come here. Come here, please. Come here.
Can't fix this.
Why not? I didn't do anything
I
to
heard
you.
you.
Mike, come here, please. Come here.
While DiPolito wanted to get rid of her husband as soon as she could, Brittany Gosney was desperate to keep the affection
Why you look like Frank off of Shameless, bro? He looked like Frank.
of her most recent boyfriend, James Hamilton. Hamilton was not enthusiastic about being a father figure to Gosney's young kids, and often used extreme measures to punish them for the smallest of infractions. This inspired Gosney to try to abandon the children, and her son was pulled under the tires of the van after attempting to hang on.
Okay. So, but at what point did the kids start really being an issue? Because you guys have been together, what, how long? Altogether
That
about?
was either March or May of last year. I can't really remember.
Right. So you've been together for almost a year.
Almost a year.
Okay. So, at what point did the kids really start being an issue?
Well, I mean, one minute they'd be an issue, we punish them, put them in a corner. I mean, we try mass things with these kids, make them have cane goods in their hands, tippy toes, fingertips on the walls. Nothing was working with them, nothing at all. Me and her started getting into it real hot and heavy over it. I told her, I said, I can't be putting up with this. I said, I just left this same relationship because of the same issues.
Sure.
I mean, my stepdaughter, towards the end, she started acting up real bad towards me, telling me, oh, I hate you, I don't want you here.
How old was she?
16.
And that was...
I'm sorry, 7.
And that was Priscilla's daughter?
Yes, the one I raised.
The one you raised.
6 months old.
So, how long into your relationship with Brittany did the kids really start becoming, let's say, borderline unbearable?
About 2 months ago.
About 2.
Bro, kids is only bad because they really got a passion for something, but like the parents never really care for their passion, bro. Like sometimes you gotta listen to the kid, but the parents don't ever want to listen. Like, bro. But nah, he just look like he could be a bum ass dad. Like, bro, you niggas like this, bro, you can't have him around your kid. Look at bro, why he in jail right now, bro? Watch you have around your kid, bro.
2 months ago.
Yes.
And
then I kept arguing with her.
That's when everything really started jumping
I kept
off.
telling her, I said, either you need to find somewhere to go with you and your disrespectful kids.
Right.
Or I'm leaving. Well, I guess she got tired.
Look at this nigga fingertips. Just look dirty as fuck.
That night when me and her got into it, she went up there, took them, kept telling me she's going to take them and drop them off. I said, I don't care what you do with them.
Sure.
I said, I ain't got no part in it.
Right.
I said, you go ahead and take my bed, do whatever you want with them.
Sure.
I mean, I wasn't refusing her a vehicle to where she could take them to her sisters or moms, I mean, something. And next thing I know, I get that text from her.
And what the text said?
On my way back, he's dead. I mean, she told me she was taking them up to Rush Run and dropping them off. Me and her done it twice before as a scare tactic.
Had taken them up to Rush Run?
We dropped them off right there by the bathroom. I drive out by the exit there, turn around right back in.
After Gosney returned with the boy's body, they kept it in the apartment overnight until they decided to dump his body in a nearby river.
With that being said, we've already discussed the water temperature, the preservation, kind of like being in a little deep freezer.
Yeah.
And so when we pull him out, is, in your opinion, a pathologist, a coroner, a whatever, going to be able to determine a large number of bruising to his body before he was killed?
Yes. Took me in.
Okay. What was that about?
Whooping his ass.
Hamilton was not directly responsible for James Hutchinson's death, but he was sentenced to a maximum of 9.
Just look at her, bro. Don't care about her kids at all. Had all type of folks around her kids, just out of pocket.
18 years in jail for the gross abuse of a corpse, kidnapping, and 2 counts of endangering children. Ghazni wasn't the only single mom who thought her
Give both of them life.
kids were in the way of a new relationship. Sierra Day had been reported to Child Protective Services several times, but when she began to date Deontay Lewis, Day decided to starve her daughter. When she finds
Is it that hard to feed your kids to where they gotta starve? Peanut butter jelly sandwich, crackers, peanut butter, fruits. You wanna go to the store get a bag of chips? It's that hard? Want a water bottle? Cup of water? Go to the park, get some water real quick. Water fountain. It's not that hard to feed your kids, bro. Take care of your kids.
finds out her child is dead, she manages to come up with some fake tears for an underwhelming performance.
I need you to understand something, okay? Do you know what you're going to be charged with when I take you back over to the jail?
No.
What do you think you're going to be charged with?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about the charges. Never been in jail.
You're going to be charged in your daughter's death.
Hmm?
You're going to be charged with her death.
What you mean?
She passed away. She was dead when you guys called us. She was already dead.
My daughter is dead?
She's dead.
How do you let that happen?
Sierra, she was dead for hours before you called 911.
When she sees that she isn't selling her grief, Day takes it up a notch.
And I can see it in Aya's face. A child, for a child not to really get whooped isn't something. It's very something new to them. Miss, I could have prevented from her death. I could have prevented my daughter's death.
Why didn't you give her something to eat?
I could prevent it. I could prevent it. I know you're prolonged to do this. I know she prolonged to do this because she was scared. I didn't think she was gonna die. I didn't think she was gonna die.
Sierra Day didn't fool the detectives, and she didn't fool the jury. Day was sentenced to life in prison for murdering her daughter. Ashley Zhao's parents weren't much better. Ming Ming had a strong dislike for her child and no understanding or tolerance for her development issues. She frequently struck the child, and her preferred method was slamming her head into the floor. Eventually, poor Ashley's body could not withstand the attacks.
So she was ill at the time, but then she took off her diaper again. So that got my wife angry. And so, when you're 5 years old.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Y'all was tap in with me again, man. Y'all let me know what content y'all want to see, and I'm gonna do it. It's your boy 2J, and we out.